UYINKOSI ephakemeo
UJESU KRISTU UYINKOSI. UJESU KRISTU UYINKOSI. UJESU KRISTU UYINKOSI. Siyanibingelela abazalwane basentabeni yendlu kaJehova kuyabonelelwa. Nabazalwane basekhaya lezwi. Le video enizoyibuka ikhuluma ngokubaluleka lokuthi sikhulekele abaholi bethu. Bonke abaholi bethu sibaqinise. Eyokuvuselela ama-prayer warriors esinawo entabeni yendlu kaJehova kuyabonelelwa nasekhaya lezwi. Enizombona umfundisi owaye kwi-Satanism, ekwi-cult futhi kunjalo. Ukhuluma ukubaluleka bokubiyelwa kwabaholi bethu. Sibabiyele ngemkhuleko, singalali singaphezi, sikwazi ukuhosha umoya. Nathi siqine emkhulekweni. Nokubaluleka ukuhlangana singabazalwane. UJesu Kristu UYINKOSI.
In 1996, I was told with my people to move away from Uganda and stay away for some time.
Is this the one you told us earlier about the 70 days? This is a different one. Okay.
Now, what happened? A group of people, a man of God, Apostle John Malindi, and his team had gone into a prayer time for a longer time, maybe more than a year of prayer and fasting. And they had taken over the whole country and we could not operate there. So I was told, please move out until we get a strategy to disarm him and put his powers low so that for you to operate. So he had raised a prayer in the nation, and that prayer had cast completely away all the altars of the kingdom of darkness.
Wow. This was in 96.
96. He had completely wiped out
The altars.
the altars. Completely. Because I remember I was told, please don't operate. Cease every action and stay away. So when we returned later in 1997, 98, things were not easy, but we're now their ministry. We had infiltrated their ministry, his ministry, and broken the wall around him because his strength was about the protection around him. The people, not him as a man. Now, because of the people who were praying around him,
Praying for him.
praying for him, he could ascend in the spirit and become like an authority. So
I feel that. That's so strong.
we could speak one word and you hear it echo for days. So by that time, we had to get all his tapes, listen to them,
You had to listen to his tapes.
listen to them, and identify why is this man so powerful, so strong. Every word he says, you feel like causes a vibration in the spirit. So like you could literally be listening to his tape, but you're like, I don't know if we shall finish it. Now we're in the occult. We are listening. We're trying to map his life. Then we are mapping his family, his background, then realize the people around him. That every time he begins to preach, he's not the one preaching. They are the one preaching through him because he is connected in them. They've prayed so much for him. They've prayed so much around him that he picks whatever is in them, and when he
amplifies.
amplifies it.
Yeah,
That's why, like, the power of agreement. So, like, the whole team around him, there's so much in agreement that when he stands to speak, it's as if they're all of them speaking in one voice. So, and because of that, even he prays or just say one word, it could be like a whole force and energy that goes through the entire realm. So he was in charge of the realm. Not even saying I bind, I break. No.
He didn't have to say that.
No. Actually, he didn't. All it was, Sometimes he teaches. Sometimes he could be just teaching the Bible, sitting with the people.
And what you're talking about is not that he was teaching with shouting, because John Mullally is a very calm teacher, but the words are carrying so much weight in the spirit.
He could teach a Bible, like a truth. And then the people pick it. And then you could see like the whole atmosphere has been changed because of what he's just talking to the people. Like I'm having conversation with you. And as I will talk, the entire realm is charged. And now he is a principality over the nation. Him as a man, because of the network, because of the wall around him.
Now, they had been building that for a long time before they got to that place.
So, by the people that were assigned, I was not among them. The people were assigned to go, were not to attack him, but to break the wall. To identify the thing that could cause to be offended.
Identify things that could cause people to be offended
around
him.
And then withdraw their protection, their prayer around him. Like now,
get people offended or stir up circumstances that cause people to be offended so that they withdraw their part in the wall. And there's a break or a breach, and then you can access.
Kubalulekile ukuthi abazalwane abakhulekayo bekhulekela abaholi bangasuseki kalula endaweni yabo. Uyasho uMshumayeli chapter 10 verse 4. Uma umoya wombusi ukuvukela ungayishiya indawo yakho. Ungayishiya indawo yakho. Into abazoyenza ama devil worshippers azokwenza izinto ezizokucasula, wacasuka usuyivulile intuma yokuthi bangene. Sisazobona ukuthi benza kanjani. UJESU KRISTU UYINKOSI.
And so this man is in the center, and now the wall is breaking. People are leaving. People are being taken away. And I want to say this to people that are watching this, that sometimes the man of God has given you, he has the authority, but his authority depends on you who are around him, who are building. It's about the hedge around him. And if that hedge is broken and before even they reach him, he has lost his position. Because in the realm of the spirit, it's about positions. Even we have positions of intercession. As an intercessor, you gain a position in the spirit to be a territorial intercessor. But that position, to remain there, to maintain that position, there must be people around you who God has called and assigned to be gatekeepers and watchmen, to watch over your life, to see that the enemy cannot reach you.
And powerful.
Because for you, for example, you're leading, God has given you the call and the vision. But there are those that must build the walls around you. Yeah. They must surround you. And when the enemy comes, must break these walls. And that's what happened to this man of God, that the walls were broken. And when the walls were broken, what happened? So his authority.
Yeah, the influence in the nations has to drop.
He has not sinned. He's not fallen in sin. The enemy has not even attacked him personally, but his influence has been low.
So was the result of that being the words that he was teaching did not carry the same level of weight. And it wasn't that his personal prayer life had gone down, just the breach around him broken. Oh my goodness, Lord have mercy.
Because, when Jesus said, if 2 of you on earth agree, so the power is, you speak the same words, but now they don't carry the same power. Like we call them power words. Like you can say Jesus, and that happens. Another one says Jesus, and miracles happen. The same word, but from a different place. So this meant the people around you, they hope that, like, they become a wall around your consecration. You see? And they know our assignment is not to compete with a man. Our assignment is to guard him. And God has assigned us this responsibility. And I want to say this, James, that many people today, men of God, have not fulfilled their destiny, not because they sinned, but because the men and the women that God assigned around them left their place.
This
They
is
left the
this is
position.
so strong.
Yeah. And this, many we may judge the man is not doing this, but as he was doing the work, he had to have a wall around him. And the men and the women that God had brought around him, instead, they began competing to get the same platform. All they wanted and create their own platforms.
Okay, I want. This is really deep and really powerful. I want us to go back to the storyline. So this is 97 now.
96, 95, yeah.
So the influence of his voice over the nation is coming down, and now you're able to function back in Uganda. And then what happens after that?
So when I returned to Uganda, after that, I've been functioned. I get a call. I'm summoned to go to Sicily Island. Sicily Island is in the Indian Ocean. There's a city called Victoria. I'm called that there's a conference. So I go in this conference, and all these power, these riches, these occultic leaders
From all around the world. Like how many people are you talking?
like 1,000.
1,000
and more. So they're in this very big hotel in Victoria City, very expensive hotel. They are there for a conference. And then they tell me, one of the reasons of this conference we want is about your country. I said, why? And they say, it's in the year 1999 and we have to be in charge of all the highways. But there's a highway, the highway of the Nile, from Uganda to Egypt, through Syria to Israel. That's the highway in the book of Isaiah. That highway, that Isaiah 19 highway, we are not in charge. We have failed to take it. And the reason we failed to take it is there's a people that have blocked that highway and they're taking over the entire, not only Uganda, but take over the nation, the world. I say, people? Say, yes. Which people? They say, the people in your country. I say, it is impossible. Everyone, every man of God in the country, I know them. The churches, I know them. Everything, I know them. They can't be. They said, yes, there's a people, you can't see them because they are hidden in a realm of light.
Oh, so that's why even you in the territory could not see.
I could not see.
You could not perceive their activity.
The activities. But now those higher enough in the powers could see the effect of this group. So they tell me they say, there's a people. I say, which people? They tell me there's a group of women, 20 women.
20 women and one pastor.
And one pastor, a young man, a pastor, and 20 illiterate women who have taken over the territory.
Okay, now just pause a sec. For those of you listening, when I heard his testimony in 97, this is the part, including the part about John Malindi, this is the part that arrested me. So you want to listen carefully, especially those of you who are Christians, who want to grow in the spirit, want to grow in prayer. Listen carefully to what he's about to share here. This is powerful. So there were 20 women and one pastor.
So I am in this conference.
And
Sicily's. The who is who in the world is there. The important guys, the riches. And they're telling me about a group in my country, which I do not know. And I could see in this conference, we had small meetings, the confusion, the terror, the fear. I never seen this. When we're in the occult, you show this kind of confidence, you're in charge. But in this meeting, men and women didn't know what to do. So they're telling me there is a group, 20 women. How much money do you need? What do you need? But you have to stop them because they have only 22 days remaining. And you have to break it before they come to the last day. So they tell me, you are going back to Uganda, not to attack these people. Because if you attack them, you'll die. Not to fight them. If you fight them, you'll die. Find a way how you can just interfere with their covenant. Don't attack. Don't fight them. Find a way you can cause at least one of them to be out of covenant.
And so you go back and you were given some money to do this, to research.
What I'm trying, let me say this. This is very important because we may miss the point. How the spirit realm operates, especially the power of covenant. Many believers, we work together, we are in church, but we're not covenant. It doesn't matter how many hours you pray or how many you are, as long as you're not in covenant, it doesn't make any effect. If two only are in agreement, that's enough. You can be 1,000, but no covenant. And today, in the years of being in church, I've discovered people do not understand covenant living, covenant lifestyle, even the covenant with God. Many Christians are not walking a covenant life. It's like, I'm a Christian, I go to church as I feel, as I like. There's no valid covenant. And in the spirit realm, it's about the covenant. So this group, the 20 women, there were many pastors in the city, there were many in the nation, but these ones had a covenant and they were strong in that covenant. And the enemy, the devils and his agents, they attack covenant. That's why when you rise to pray, to serve the Lord, to take over the territory, the first attack will be on your marriage, to break the covenant. Because the enemy knows the only thing that gives you power is your covenant life. So it breaks your marriage, you are out of covenant with your wife, your marriage breaks, then you've lost the power. Even in church, you break covenant, you don't agree with.
So for those that are not married, that are not in a covenant relationship like marriage, covenant could be in the context of relationships, as in how you relate with your brothers and your sisters in faith.
In faith.
Yes.
And you know, the enemy will come and break the covenant, and then you scatter. Then you go and start another church or you start another ministry.
This goes back to the whole thing of, was it 95 or 96 with John Mulendi, and what was surrounding him was that covenanting, that covenant relationship was empowering his ministry. So it doesn't matter how powerful you are as a lone ranger intercessor, if there are not covenant relationships around you, it actually affects your effectiveness, or you're not going to be able to be effective.
Man is a spirit, and spirits never work in isolation. That's a principle of the spirit. No spirit works, even God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's a principle. So you can't be a lone intercessor and work. You must be connected to others. That's a covenant. That's why even God, when he's working with us, came to Abraham and said, "This is my covenant with you." After 20 years of work with Abraham, he returned and said, "By the way, you cannot go on this." But the Lord tells Abraham, "Walk before me and be blameless."
Yes.
And this is my covenant with you because of the covenant. So these, I was talking about the pastor and these
women.
And the women. So they have a covenant. And I'm told, when you go, how much money do you need? I say, okay. They give me the money. They needed like $500,000. And then they say, you can access around 300,000 to use in the operation of only 21 days if you needed money. And they said, but don't attack. Don't fight, because you will die or you'll be converted. I did not attack. I did not fight. But whatever I did, I end up being converted.
That was the meeting that caused you to be converted. However, you did succeed.
I'm coming.
He did succeed in breaking that church's prayer meeting, and the way he did it would blow your mind. So you need to listen to this. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. So when I returned home, in that meeting, we were given books, big books that had been written about each member of that group.
What?
Books about their background, their weaknesses, their history, their families, in order to read them, to not at least find out what is the pattern in their background, which we can use at least against one. So like they had investigated their families, their foundations.
You were giving books of research for each person in the whole group.
The young man, the pastor, the book I was given was 500 pages about him, like 10 generations behind him. To read and say, read this and find out what are the patterns? What are the
And generations end. See, so sometimes when we teach, you say, you know, the Bible says the enemy runs to and fro. He also runs up and down generational lines, finding any legal ground. 500 pages.
So I had to read and see patterns in the ancestors and his life and all this and this, so that we can know, okay, if these patterns are there legal rights that we can use against him. Are there things I can use against him or among the members? So one of the lady who was the one who could see in the spirit had an issue. So in covenant had an issue of unforgiveness. She was bitter towards her mother. And I remember when we were going to say, okay, this one will be a gate. Wow. Let's try this one. Let's don't attack. Let's go and see if we can use this bitterness to break their covenant. Because this, we can trace, it has been in the generation, and her and the mother are not okay. So that she's bitter towards the mother. And by the way, the mother was dead by that time, but the mother died when this intercessor, who is a seer, remained wounded. So the woundedness and the bitterness, after investigation, we realized, okay, I think let's try. So I returned to Uganda. I called my trusted girls. I had girls I used to work with. I said, we have this assignment. If we win this, all of us are going to be elevated worldwide. We're going to take titles. We're going to become like grandmasters if we win. But if we fail, for me, if you fail, the sacrifice will take from you will be your mother. So they say, either you lose your mother or you win this battle. Because I had that attachment, though my mother, so they said, okay, your mother. And each one of them had to offer a relative, whether a father, a brother, someone that if you fail, that one will die.
You were sent back, so you're saying each of the people in the team you gathered had to offer a relative as well?
Yes. So that's so I return, I sit with them and we get a strategy. After reading them, say, okay, we're going to try. 2 of you will try to go and join, not attack, and join. If they allow you to join, they have broken the covenant.
And this is the other thing, was part of their covenant that no one would join them?
No one would join them. They said, we have agreed, the 20 of us and our pastor, to fast and pray these 6 hours every day for 90 days. That was the covenant. So my assignment, I said, okay, when I return, I talked to them. For me, I was to go somewhere under the sky and sit there and enchant day and night for all the days of the 21 where they're on not mission. So I was not going to see any human being or eat or be under a roof, but sit on an open sky and keep enchanting and chanting and speaking curses and curses.
Curses over each member of the group?
Yes, but not mentioning their name, but just sending them. You never know, the one may land, because the curse without cause does not alight. So just send thousands. That was my assignment. Now, one of the girls had to go and try to join. So you go. If they allow you to join, now we know we can break the covenant. So we bought her a new car, gave her some money to go and join the church. So he comes to the church, the first day comes, then the lady who is offended by the seer comes to tell the pastor, wait, I sense that person coming is not right of God. Then this girl tells her, but you know, why are you chasing me away? But by the way, you talk like your mother.
She's just poked at that wound. Oh my goodness, Lord.
Kanjalo nje sekuvuleka intuma ngokuthi udiniwe oyedwa ngenxa yesimo sokuthi ubevele ngaphakathi engemsuba, bengakwazi ukuxolela, bengathethelelanga uma wakhe, bayithola intuma. Kubaluleke kakhulu ukuthi uma uyi-intercessor engazuthi ungawumuntu ohlambulukile, ozivumile izono. I-intercessor fanele ihlezi ingcwele, ihlezi iredi, ingasuki endaweni yayo.
And the moment said that,
She just went into the flesh.
anger, don't talk language. You were weak.
The curses landed.
And
Oh my God.
all of them now are under that curse. So she exposed all the team.
So wait. Just need to breathe for a moment. Because I don't know about you watching, but there's times I've responded in the flesh. Because the flesh is the open door for the enemy to shut down things of the spirit. My goodness.
Bathandekayo, simelwe ukubakhulekela abaholi bethu. Sibabiyele, sibaqinise. uNkulunkulu athele umusa phezukwabo. Sikhulekela ukuba njengokusho kombhalo kwaMahubo chapter 18 verse 32, uNkulunkulu Baba ababhengcise amandla. Siyanqoqozela ama-intercessors asekhaya lezwi nasentabeni yendlu kaJehova kuyabonelelwa ukuthi nikhulekela abaholi bonke nabasemabranchini ngoba sihole ngeqiniso, bavikeleke, singavumi ngabaholi bethu. Sithi uJesu Kristu uyinkosi, uJesu Kristu uyinkosi, uJesu Kristu uyinkosi.
Uyinkosi ephakemeyo, bongeni, uJesu